Hi, I'm Kelly Romirowsky, and I'm currently teaching the 12th grade in a high school and also beginning composition online in a community college setting, as well as online in a charter school that is 9 through 12. My aspirations for the doctoral program are to find innovations that will change the way that educators think about teaching and learning and literacy and the human experience of education. So what I'm thinking about, and I have been running this through my head since we had class, is to use some of the techniques that I've learned in conferences I've been to. So I recently was at the 4Cs in Tampa, and four of the sessions actually were about mindfulness in the composition classroom and using that thoughtful reflection before one begins writing instead of after the writing process. And I really thought that I could take this not only in my high school classes, but this concept of just having a couple of minutes to practice some mindful mind clearing exercises before we begin a writing assignment, and then also in the reflection afterwards. That seems like we're constantly wanting to reflect after we've done something, and if we can clear our head before we begin, I think that might make a difference in my retention for my online students, their involvement in the class with themselves. I find that a lot of them begin right at the end of the week, where they're racing to get information in. They're not careful, they're not mindful of what they're doing. So I'm hoping that I can increase that, not only the retention, because the research that I've read on mindfulness states that it actually increases the gray matter in your brain, and that filters into not only your writing, but to your life. And if we can take a few minutes to have the student reflect before we start, and maybe even reflect afterwards, I think that the student will benefit, their work will benefit, and ultimately any setting that they're in, it will transfer, like we talked about in class. The other one was also the participation in an online classroom, and I know that everybody hates doing group work online, so I don't know if I want to enter into research that everybody hates. So I might discover what I can do with the mindfulness technique and how I can incorporate that into an online environment. I really miss the connection I have with people, and I'm wondering if I can get those online students to be in less of a rush.